morning. So I thought that it would be kind of fun to film my typical morning routine. It changes sometimes, but this is just kind of what an average morning looks like for me. I always start out by going and grabbing the closest book to me. I have a whole stack of books right next to my bed, and I decided to start Turn of the Screw. So that's what I decided to read this morning, and it's just a good way for me to prevent myself from going on my phone. I also, of course, make my bed in the mornings unless I'm planning on washing my sheets, but this is just a habit that I have. I really like to make my bed because it makes my room feel cleaner, and then I'm just more productive throughout the day. I also have been stretching a lot and just doing some yoga and meditation in the mornings because I've been so stiff, so I've been doing this actually more often than I used to, and it's been really good. Of course, I let Roma out and give her some food and just let her go outside for a little bit. And usually while I do this, or while she eats, I just kind of take in the day. I'm usually up before anybody else in the house, so I just kind of like to have a quiet moment to myself and enjoy nature for a little bit. All of our flowers have been blooming, and it's been so pretty. Like, this is gorgeous. So I decided to just kind of take a few minutes and walk around, get some fresh air, and enjoy the morning. And I think it's just something that's so important to do. So I always try and just take in the day first thing. Of course, I also made myself a latte. I actually haven't been doing this that much lately, but today I was kind of in the mood because I got up a little bit earlier than normal, so I definitely wanted to have some coffee, and I figured I would just use my espresso machine because it's there and it's great. So I decided to make myself a caramel latte. After making my latte, I decided to head back up to my bedroom. I lit a candle and put on some lamps, so it was very cozy, and then I just sat down to do some writing. This is something that I really like to do in the morning because I feel like it helps me be more creative throughout the entire day. Plus, it's just good practice. But I've been writing on Substack, so I woke up specifically today kind of early so that I could start a new article because it's just something that I've been really enjoying lately. I can just kind of research whatever. So I was doing some preliminary research here, and then I can just kind of write about anything that interests me or I'm passionate about, or just like thoughts that I'm having, and I can just kind of expand on those. So it's been a really good thing for me to do in the mornings. I also put on some CeraVe cleanser to wash my face, and I also use this in the evenings too. But I really like the CeraVe. I don't know why, but I've switched cleansers so many times, but I always go back to this because it's pretty cheap and I feel like it works pretty well. So I just put some of that on, washed my face, and then I put on this toner. I love this stuff. I feel like it really helps if I have like any acne or anything. And then I also put on this lotion, this Burt's Bees, which I actually love Burt's Bees. So when I saw this, I decided to get it. And then I put on some makeup because I was going to go into town today. I was planning on doing my passport photo today, so I was trying to get like put on my makeup for that, but then it didn't end up happening. I'm going next week, but I still put on some makeup, did some foundation. This was the Milk, what is it called? The contour stick or whatever. But I use that a lot, and then I just put on some blush and mascara, eyeliner, just kind of the everyday makeup routine. This is the bag that I brought into town. I brought 2 notebooks. I use each for different writing projects, and then I have some lip balm, my wallet, of course, and my Beats. I was in a major rush, so I was trying to get out to the car, and then just drove into town and went to the bookstore, which I've been to way too much, but I really love browsing. They had these really cute bookmarks and then these coasters, which I did end up getting one of each. I really needed a coaster though, and then I was just kind of browsing the books, seeing what they had. I think they got a bunch of new books in because there were a bunch of new authors there, so I was just kind of browsing, and it was so fun. I feel like it's the most relaxing thing to do in the mornings, and honestly one of my favorite things. So I ended up getting a few books, but it wasn't too bad. And then they also have great coffee, so I got a shortbread latte and ended up reading a bit of the Odyssey. We'll do a mini haul. So like I said, I got a coaster and then this bookmark because I always dog ear my books and it's really annoying. And then obviously I got the Odyssey. I just started this and I'm so excited that I found it. I also got the Lessons of Tragedy. It's kind of like an international relations book, I think, and I'm pretty interested in that, so I decided to get it because I want to get better with like my history and stuff. And then this is what I was looking for the other day when I was there, but it's essays from Emerson, and I'm so excited I found it. I am so excited to read this. And then the last book I got is Early Civilizations of the Old World, which also sounds very interesting.